Hello YouTubers, on this week's video we're going to do another attempt on cabbage soup.
Well, hello YouTubers. This week what I'm doing is a cabbage soup. I know I've done it before, but I'm putting another little twist on it and gives you another option. It's going to be nice to try out. I didn't video chopping up all my vegetables, and I didn't show my ingredients prior to putting them in the pot. The reason for that is because right now we're having a little problem here in the kitchen, which is basically I have no water. My water lines froze last night when the temperature got down to about 2 degrees. I'm in the process of thawing them out. I might go for a day or two, and by day after tomorrow I should have it back up. If nothing else works, I'm going to be install another heat tape for my water line. That should get things by. This is another one of those recipes that I really enjoy eating. It's something that's going to help me to work on my weight loss. That's why I've gone to the cabbage. I've even kind of cut down a little bit on the oil that I put in there. And overall, it should be a very good recipe. And I'll walk you through it to show you as I go along. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Now I'm going to do this a little bit out of my normal order. Instead of showing you everything as I've got it laid out, I'm going to read it off to you as I add it. I've already put in a couple tablespoons or a little bit of olive oil. And I've got my heat temperature set at about a medium to a medium high. So the first thing I'm going to add is I'm going to put some onion into it, and then I'm going to add mushrooms. And then on top of that I'm going to add cauliflower and carrots. And I'm going to put a little chicken broth in there before I put anything else in here. I wanted to have vegetable broth, but store was out of it. And I like the chicken broth flavor anyway. Now I'm also going to add my cabbage. And I cut up my celery and I mixed that right in there with it. I'm going to have a nice full pot here. The next thing I'm going to add would be my first can of petite or diced tomatoes. Put the second one in there now. I'm going to add another can or another container. These are 32-ounce containers. This is the same size that I always use. That's number 2. Here's number 3. The reason that I don't have any water, because my water lines are froze, temperature got down to 4 degrees last night, actually 2 degrees. And we're not going to be much better tomorrow. Inside of the house is plenty warm, but the outside, it's cold, as well as my attic, and that's where my water lines are. Got some more chicken broth here to it. This is going to be a big pot of soup. I'll probably be adding some more broth into this. It's just a little bit light. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put some stock in here, and I do have some water, and I can add it to that. Now, as far as seasoning, I've got a couple of basil leaves, and since I'm sorry, let me correct that. For seasoning, I've got some basil. I'm going to add that to it. Just sprinkle on the top. The next thing I'll add is bay leaves. Lucky number's 3. So I'll add that to it. 1. That's a small one. Another one. They're all kind of small, so I'll add one more in here. So we got 4. I've got black pepper. Now this is Butcher's Blend. It's actually a coarse grind. Next thing I'm going to add is some garlic powder because I don't have any garlic leaves. And I'll put that in there. I'm not putting garlic salt in there because I'm trying to cut down on my salt intake. Now here we'll add some parsley. Measurements, maybe a half a teaspoon or whatever, and just season it to taste. And then I've got some thyme. Got that set to like a medium to medium high yet. And we're gonna just let that cook a little bit. And I'll put that on there. And we'll let that cook until she starts to bubble. Well, soup's been on long enough. I have kind of tested it a couple times. So let's stir this up a little bit. And we'll give this a little shot here. That is very tasty. Extremely tasty. The only thing I would probably do to this is add a little bit more salt. Of course, you can leave it like it is and then add salt to the bowl or during each serving. But I think this is probably, without sounding redundant, one of my best cabbage soups. I'll probably try to stick to this recipe as much as I can. Very, very good.
I hope you found this recipe one that you might want to try very soon. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching. And please feel free to comment whether you like this video or not, or if you have some suggestions.